Quran. In the translation of a verse of the Holy Quran, هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون. Allah is the one who sent his messenger with guidance and a true religion, so that Islam will manifest over all religions. Over all religions. He said, okay, if that is the case, how can Islam manifest over all religions when our scholars are only busy discussing about salat, fasting, zakat, inheritance, and they left all other things of sciences like medicine, astronomy, and all other things to the Western world? How can Islam manifest over all religions? He said, we have to go and learn it from the West. We have to have the Western knowledge so that we will have medical doctors, those who will look after our health. And as an Islamic scholar, from wherever you are in the world, if we don't have Islamic doctors, where are you going to? We are going to the Western world for them. So it's better, he said, we can only manifest over other religions when we have Islamic doctors, when we have Islamic engineers, when we have Islamic pilots, when we have all other aspects of worldly affairs, when we have ambassadors there that at least can help us in exercising our religion. If we are going for pilgrimage now, do you think all the pilots are Muslims? Do you think all the pilots are Muslims? What of we are now in the hospital. All the medical sciences, all the medical laboratories that we have, do you mean the manufacturers are all Muslims? All the medicines we are taking, are they all Muslims? So he said that if we can only manifest above, if only Islam can manifest over other religion, we will learn from both Islamic and the Western world. Otherwise, we are going to collapse. Number two is that we are now associating with the other world. Muslims cannot be in isolation. We must associate with the Western world, whether we like it or not. That is how the world is now. For example, Dr. Shadi is an entrepreneur, economist also. There's no way we can live now without association with banks. With banks, each and every one of us has a bank account now. Okay, if we are to associate with banks, then how can we differentiate between Islamic products and non-Islamic products? Because if we don't have that knowledge, we must engage in riba. We must engage in interest. But when we have both Islamic and Western knowledge, we can now differentiate what is Islamic compliant business and non-Islamic compliant business. This is another point now of the importance of Western and Islamic education. Apart from that, also we have culture. We are associated with outside the world, as I'm saying. We go to United States, we go to UK, we go to everywhere. And they also come to us. They come to us with their own culture, and we also bring some of their cultures to our places. Most of their cultures are evil. Most of their cultures are evil. And some people think that Western culture is more sophisticated. Even in our Muslims, some of us have that myopic thinking of seeing that Western culture is the best culture. And it's wrong because they are blind. Islamic culture is the best culture. Islamic culture is the best culture. As Allah is saying, كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. You are the best nation among all the people in the world. Because of what? You have good culture. You enjoy what is good. You prohibit what is evil. And you also believe in Allah. So our culture is always good, Islamic culture. And whether it is Western culture or non-Western culture, if it is good, it is for Muslims. الحكمة ضالة المؤمن يأخذها حيث وجدها. So if we can have a good culture from the West, it belongs to us. If we have good culture from here, it belongs to us. But a bad culture, even if it is here with us, it is bad. Irrespective of where it is found. So here we said that it is only when you have Islamic knowledge and Western knowledge, you can differentiate between what is good and what is bad. Let me give you an example now. Just an example. Hugging and kissing a lady which is not your relative or your wife, is it allowed in Islam? It's not allowed. But in the Western culture, is it good or bad? In the Western culture, they do it. Is it cool? So they think it is normal. So that is why you see our Muslims who have only Western knowledge without Islamic, they will hug a lady publicly. They won't mind because of what? They don't have Islamic knowledge. But if they have Islamic knowledge, they will differentiate between what is good and what is bad. Another example I'm going to give you. I was invited once to attend a meeting of Islamic Lawyers Association. So they presented a paper about rape. They said if a person have a sexual engagement with any lady without her consent, without her agreeing, it's a rape. Even if she is his wife, he is liable to be prosecuted. Go? Why now? They said yes, because that is the definition of rape. So, well, Mr. Lawyer, I have a contrary view. Even if it is his wife, he said yes. I said, okay, I want to ask you, although I'm not a lawyer, but I want to ask you, here I'm just trying to highlight the difference between Islamic and the Western education. So I said, now, I think even in your own field, lawyers, each and every person has a right and an obligation. Cool? Every person has a right and obligation. Okay, my right is an obligation to my partner. His own obligation is my own. His own right is my own obligation. Okay, now let us look at it this way. I don't want us to think as Westerners, but as Muslims. Who has the responsibility of feeding his wife? He said the husband. What of shelter? The husband. Okay, if I said I am the husband, I'm not going to give you food. I'm not going to give it to you. What is she supposed to do? Can she take the food by force? Yes, she can take it by force. Why? He said, because you are depriving her from her right. And there's what we call doctrine of necessity. Doctrine of necessity. So therefore, because you are depriving her from her right, that therefore she can take the food from you, whether you like it or not. She has the right. Okay, she's also depriving me from having sex because it is my right as a husband. It is my right. Do you think I will let her go after I fed her, I clothe her, I give her everything, and she is well, nothing, just to deprive me, just to put me into trouble? She's now denying me, and now you want me to go for zina. Do you think going for zina is better than forcefully having sex with my wife? Do you think it's better? He said, no, we're not saying that. It's okay, it's lying to me. So he started to, here, Islam is always a good religion. You can differentiate between what is good and what is bad in Islam. Although it is not good to have sex with your wife forcefully, Islam said you have to, there's no place and everything. But what if she deliberately deny you and you are in the mood? Otherwise, you will go for zina. Here will come now. If you have Islamic religion, Islamic knowledge, if there are two things, you have to take the easiest way so that you won't go, because going for zina is prohibited. And seeing me now, just seeing Dr. Sadiq going to Mami Market Amanawa looking for a girl because his wife is depriving him. Do you think it's good? It's not good. Now, what of forcing his wife to do that? Which way is better? I think it's good for him to force his wife. So you can only differentiate between all these if you have Islamic and Western education. You can only differentiate between these two when you have the knowledge. Otherwise, and remember Allah told us that يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم. We are all created for male and female. We have our different cultures, we have our different languages, Okay, if that is the case, it is good for us to know the Western culture and also to know the Islamic culture so that we can marry the two and differentiate what is between what is good and what is bad. And also, they are saying, "Ma arafa lugata qawmin amina min makarihim." If a person understands the language of people, he will be free from what? From their deceit. The Western world are always trying to condemn Islam. They want to destroy us. False allegations, killing here and there. So whatever they want to do, if we are aware of what they are doing, and we can only be aware of what they are doing when we will understand their language, their culture, their way of doing things, that is the only way where we can protect our Islam. Let me give you an example of Surah Yusuf. It's to Yusuf alayhi salam. Maybe I will stop here. It's to Yusuf alayhi salam. When his brothers are in front of him, Yusuf alayhi salam, he is the king, the prime minister at Egypt. They went to him to get food, but they didn't recognize him. He is their brother. Their brother they intended to kill. Now he is the king. They don't expect him to be there. So his own brother, Benjamin, is in front of him. Those brothers accused him. They said, "In Yasrik, if he is a thief, even his brother Yusuf is a thief." And they don't know that they are speaking to Yusuf. Because Yusuf is not speaking their own language. He's speaking the language of Egypt. And they are from Arab Canaan. Abraham Yusuf speaks the language of Egypt. So they said, if he is a thief, Yusuf is also a thief. But Yusuf hid it because he don't want to be known that he's Yusuf. What is the point we are trying to make here is, you are sitting here and someone is discussing with his brother on how to kill you. And he don't know that you understand the language. What is going to happen? Before they start killing you, you leave. That is the importance of understanding someone's language. When they want to bring a fake Quran to us, our scholars will understand. When they want to bring fake hadith to us, our scholars will only understand. When they want to bring something into medical profession, which is against our religion, and they want us to do it, these scholars are here to tell us that yes, we can domesticate it. Not, we're not saying take it away. No, we're not saying take it away. What they bring it as, we will look at it critically. What is beneficial will be ours. What is not beneficial will be sent away. That is the essence, that is the importance of having Western and Islamic religion, always to differentiate between what is good and what is bad. Thank you so much. Now to me too.
I didn't want to because what we are presenting was quite interesting, and we have to respect our imams. I thank him for stopping when he stopped. Dr. Shadi, the representative of Malam Major Salafi Sokoto will be speaking next. Among other things, I would want him to, I know that virtually all that has spoken about so far has bearing on our sisters, but among other things that we want to talk about, I would be glad if we can add one or two things that may be specific to our sisters, so that they can have a sense of belonging to this country. Thank you.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وأصل الإنسان في مصر الذين عملوا عن الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. I need to say I'm invited officially or have sweet dance because I believe that I'm not entitled to speak in the presence of my fathers. We have have just decided to put me on a hot seat. But Alhamdulillah, I'm here not in my capacity, but in form of representation. I'm so obliged. My fathers have said a lot, but there is always this I have in mind that I learned from my parents. This is their statement. They said, there is nothing without Islam, and there is everything in Islam. When you talk about Muslim or contemporary world, no matter who person is, when you took away Islam from who he is, no matter how professional he is, then you realize that he is unprofessional and he is going astray. Whenever a person is professional and you added Islam to the profession, you realize that he is more professional. Look at all the ethics that have been taught in Islam and in medicine. Long ago, Islam had taught those ethics. Look at law as a profession. Almost all rules and regulations emanated from Islam. The current court we have, the current process, was established by Sayyidina Umar. On the letter, he wrote to Abu Musa al-Ashari. That is where the systems come from. Now, as I taught, was instructed by the chairman to associate or discuss something that has to do with our sisters. Now, the backbone and the beauty of every society, of every house, of every profession, of whatsoever you want to call it, is sisters. In every field, in every settings, in every environment, when you realize that it is actually supported, and the backbone of those things are sisters. Now today, we have sisters that work as midwives,
amma akwai wanda kan halitta mutum
wanda
ana wannan fashi
wani abubuwa shi yana da cikin mota
duke to aka ba mu ne ko ana sai wani
cikin mota yana da cikin yawa
ya san ba gani ma haka ana san kotu ai sai ya kokari ka san mun san muna da wuce zaman tsaron kai sannan kana jamo shi gara shi a wurin sallam
daga sahara
mukusin da ya rasu ya kai rasuwa ya san mu a cikin ta ga amfani ina shi ya faɗa amma ya shi yana shi na kula da shi wani lamuri abin da ya faru na cikin daren
wannan ina da su yau
ya san ina jin daɗi sau nishaɗi ya ta ba mu tarihi da wani ne da sauransu da suka saka
She is currently in the
ba da yawa
she's a mentor there.
cikin alƙur'ani da sunna
She went on one day.
cikin ya ba
I said,
shi na
I'm going to parent law specialist
yi bakin mutane da halittu da su yi cikin da
If they like, let them dismiss me. If they like, let them punish me. And that particular woman, wear her hijab and went to the hospital. And she was denied entry. As a result of that, then the other men followed. And there was a riot, there was a lot of bottle, and from there, a test of all the necessary authority, and so to make it compulsory or allow women in practice to use their hijab and go to hospitals and other places where they can practice hijab. I don't know if till date she is alive. And that is from where Kebbi inherited, Zamfara inherited, and all other states in Nigeria. My profession is one of the professions that has less ingredient of Islam in it. And that is the truth. When you come to law profession, there's something they tell you. We as the men, we did our best to see how much can we add much more of Islam, especially to protect our sisters. Then there is a story of one hard-working lady called Firdausi Amasa. I don't know if the sisters know the story of Firdausi Amasa. Firdausi Amasa studied law from, let's say she started from how to say nursery school, she went to primary school, she went to secondary school, she went to university. She now comes to law school. She graduated. Then a day has been fixed for her going to the bar. This was an important thing as far as law profession is concerned. Maybe in medicine we call it uptaking. The day that you are going to be given the license, you are going to be presented as a medical doctor, the day you give the license to practice. Induction. Then we call our own, call it the bar. Then she approached the hall in Abuja. She also made up her mind and said, I'm going to that hall with my hijab.
Okay.
She approached the hall and she was denied access. Until from the beginning to the last part of the program, she was denied access. And they have called all her classmates. They have been qualified as lawyers. They went back home while she has not been called. All those things she did from primary to the university to the law school, we consider it as if she has done nothing as far as being a lawyer is concerned. But she decided to sacrifice that for the sake of her religion. After so much discussion, it was a top issue in Nigeria. The men were there to talk. The society is talking. Outside the countries are talking. Anywhere the subject matter. That particular lady, her own going to the bar was later being scheduled her alone. In the presence of all the necessary dignitaries of Nigeria. She was awarded by so many associations, by so many countries, she becomes a role model. And to date, any lady that went called to the bar ceremony wearing hijab is as a result of that effort. Apart from being calling her to the bar, she was also, that issue of hijab was now made optional. If you want to wear a hijab, you wear a hijab and go directly to the called to the bar ceremony hall. So in each and every aspect, you realize that action of men does not even make more noise or call more attention than when the women acted. You can be pursued a lot before you achieve. But when a lady decided to pursue that, she will go faster than you are, because they are considered with special recognition. So they easily attract attention of the society. Now, a lot has happened, but what is the backbone of that is the taqwa. The Quran says, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ.